welcome to a brand new session of applique and patchwork. Embroideries can also be used in applique or patchwork, sometimes to attach the pieces together and to complement the design. To create a different texture, individual pattern may also include multiple layers of materials for a rich and textural design. Decorative handmade applique items can also be very expensive because of the immense amount of time involved. So, in today's session, we will learn how to create a beautiful motif using an applique on the blouse. But before you start, make sure you have two fabrics. That is, one main fabric and the other one can be a complementary to the main fabric. Here I have taken main fabric in pastel yellow and the other fabric is pink. So let's take a look at the list of materials required for this session.
The requirements are fabrics, carbon paper, motif,
fabric glue, scissors, pencil, long scale, beaded pins, needle box, thread cutter, orange and yellow anchor threads, sequins,
embroidery frame, mirrors and a cord. Let's get started. You will have to start by tracing the motif on the pink color fabric with the help of carbon paper and a pencil. Once you're done tracing the motif, fix the embroidery frame to the fabric. Now it's time to take the cord and measure the size of the curve inside the elephant, as you can see here. Cut the size accordingly and stick that with the help of the fabric glue. Follow the steps along with me and it will be easy for you to understand. Once you're done sticking the cord, thread the needle with two strands of thread. The color I have used here is blue. Now it's time to cover the cord with the help of a thread using a satin stitch. All the cords are to be done in a similar way. using the same color thread, do the outline of the elephant using a running stitch. After you're done, remove the embroidery frame and cut the fabric in its shape and give notches. Now it's time to apply fabric glue all over the edges and stick that by folding it to the wrong side. Then take the back pattern of the blouse, place the elephant in the center and pin it with the help of beaded pins. Then fix the embroidery frame. Now it's time to thread the needle with normal thread and do the invisible hemming to stitch the elephant onto the blouse. Complete the entire patch neatly and slowly. Once you're done, thread the needle with white color thread and stitch the tusks of the elephant using a satin stitch. In a similar way, complete the eyes by using black color anchor thread. Then once you're done, add some detailing to the eye with white, as you can see here. Now thread your needle with brown color thread and stitch the flowers on top by using a satin stitch. In a similar way, stitch all the flowers by following the same procedure. After that, fill the waves near the ear of the elephant using a satin stitch. Once you're done with the satin stitch, do the running stitch on top and at the end. Now let's stitch the flower. Apply the fabric glue in the center and stick the mirror. Then thread the needle with yellow color and do a chain stitch all around the mirror. And then insert the thread once again from all the loops of chain stitch so that the stitch gets tight and your mirror is secured tightly. thread the needle with orange color and stitch the flower using satin stitch once again. Now fill the leftover space near the flower using green color, as you can see here, and the second line using yellow. After you complete that, change the embroidery frame to bigger size and apply fabric glue on top and bottom, as you can see here, and then stick the cord neatly. Then it's now time to cover the cord by using a satin stitch. And the color I have picked here is orange. Then leaving a 1 cm gap from the cord, draw a straight line on both top and bottom. Thread the needle with green color and do the herringbone stitch as you can see here. Do the same for the other side as well. Now it's time to stitch sequins on both the ends. You can also change the placement according to your pattern. Once you are done removing the frame, and there you go, your variation of colorful applique on the blouse is ready. Isn't it simple yet beautiful? Now it is time to stitch your blouse. For that, cut all the pieces of the blouse, that is front, sleeves and back, in its shape and start stitching the blouse.
Now it's time you stitch your blouse. For that, cut all the pieces of the blouse, that is front, sleeves and the back in its shape and start stitching the blouse. That's all for today. See you again with yet another interesting session of applique and patchwork. Until then, keep practicing.